And I think we're ready to go. Fingers crossed it holds itself together. Hello everyone, welcome to New Horizons Racing League Division 1, round 14 of the Championship. We're here at Portugal for the Portuguese Grand Prix. And alongside me, Gaming Things, how are you and what do you think of Portimao?
I'm good. And as for Portugal, I'll be completely honest. I don't like him driving this and that track. I think this should just stick to bikes.
I think there was a lot of excitement when it was added to the game. Personally, I absolutely loved the track. But yeah, I didn't realise it would be such a Marmite track with the community. Like, what's wrong with it, if there is anything?
Well, I really just think that it obviously still works in that best in like where you would normally see Portimao, aka MotoGP. You know, I will admit, it's even fun in MotoGP because obviously there's a bit of the track where it's a straight, which is actually a DRS zone, I think, and where it's the hill, like where Turbo is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that corner there, the moto guys actually go airborne.
Really?
Yeah, they literally go a bit airborne.
I just love it because I love these little novelty tracks where the elevation gives it that much character, but it's that insane. I can't word it. I just love it. I'm not saying it's a perfect track by any means. It is going to be a nightmare for dirty air, but it's going to be a strategy battle with ERS management, risk of safety cars, which I do believe is actually quite low. VSCs can be quite high depending on where they are. But we shouldn't really be having that many safety cars unless the people are actually binning it and the cars are ending up back on the racing line. There's plenty of runoff around here as well, so shouldn't be too much of a risk factor. I'm on board with DJ though. I don't know what you mean though. I think that the racing around here is definitely better for the bikes. Is it like Spa in the way that I just enjoy watching Formula 1 cars take on this bit of tarmac? Because when they go around some of these corners, it's like I can't believe they go through them that quickly. You're not really that fussed about the racing. I just love seeing them wind through the scenery.
I mean, it is pretty nice going up and down the hills, but I literally will admit it is scary when you actually go up the hill and you literally can't see the damn track.
Yeah, blind apex corners. They're just that fun because you don't know if you've got it right until you've reached the crest of the hill. DJ first time 17.5.
That was on the mediums.
Yeah, that's actually a fantastic time on the mediums. I think we're looking at pole. Probably about a second and a half off what Cameron's done, so maybe mid to low 15s.
So, and even hello, Lee.
Yeah, about 10th quicker than his teammate.
The times they're putting in, it's remember all these guys that I've at the time put in so far have done it on the actual.
Yeah. Tamer about to cross the line on the softs.
This should be quick.
Oh, 65. That's what I was on about. Robbie
it is quicker.
Making his debut 69. There's definitely time left on the table. I think just need to push it a bit more on the curbs.
There's a Red Bull taking a different than that track altogether. Lights enter the pits.
Callum Davey, 18.4. Oh, Turbo. How have you spanned down there at that hairpin?
Pip 8, he stand twice in this lap.
So, yeah, Pyro's not going to get impeded because of it. Who's that coming around the final corner? A blue car. Which one's that?
There's a blue. Who it is?
It's not Reese, not Fred. Oh no, they've come to the box. Oh, it was MDJ, I think.
Well, I believe
Pyro.
I think Reese is about to set a lap.
C still valid. Tom the board. P8, not too bad. Turbo. Turbo's only just invalid in the last couple of corners.
Pyro's invalid, and so is Fred.
Yeah, don't blame. I think I can cut them some slack for pushing the track limits a bit too far, especially in the third sector. You don't realise, like, you probably carry a bit more speed, and then with that much elevation change as well, the track just falls away from you half the time.
So, so far, from the looks of it, the only like proper red time is are done by Tamer in pole and 4th place Robbie.
The thing is, even for a for a soft time, a 16.5 is very low, especially from the sort of caliber that I think these drivers are. They should easily be getting into the 15s, even if it's a 15.9.
Well, actually, I have an interesting question. How is Portugal on tyres anyway?
It's actually not too bad. I think it is a 2-stop, but soft, medium, soft, and soft, medium, medium, perfectly fine. The hard tyre is like the lesser preferred tyre. Can go an absolute mile, well, or about 100 of them, but the pace is too low, too slow. I mean, and it's the compound. You run the risk of running wide. To get the hard tyres to work around here, you kind of need to tweak your setup to be able to cope with the tyre, otherwise you're just going to be fighting the back end. And on a track with this amount of elevation, you'll be spinning.
Because personally, I'm talking from my own experience, and to be fair, this ain't just with Portugal, this is pretty much every single damn track in the game. I will confess, I'm not overly the best when it comes to tyre life, but that's just still not the way I drive.
Yeah, but even when the tyres fall away, it's not too bad. It's only when they're like 60% worn when the car just stops turning. But unless if there is a safety car, you don't really need the safety cars either. It's just tyre wear isn't too bad. It depends how long you're going on them on that particular tyre, and if they do start wearing, then it's probably time for a pit stop. It's usual stuff. It's not too difficult. It's not even that brutal on the tyres. It just depends how long, like how many laps you're doing on them.
Fair enough. Anyway, I am following Nhrl DTM, which by the way I do really like that helmet he has.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to get a cheeky little toe off the Mercedes in front there, because Lee was about to start a lap.
Oh, he is. He's getting a beautiful stream.
Thank you very much, and they're in 8th.
Thank you. I
don't think Leroy's going to be that bothered if they're 2 seconds quicker without a toe on the medium tyres.
Even though I will confess though that was a beautiful prime example of like the best possible examples of toes.
Excellent. Do you want to run Budley since he's just started? Like, oh no, he's invalidated.
And Sparks in fact finished the lap, but he's invalidated too, very quickly. But dear God, that car looked quick. Like in the at the end of the second sector, Sparks was actually like half a second quicker than in the current pole position. And why is there a car stopped on the grass?
Because I believe that's Fred, and he just keeps spinning.
To be fair, I will be honest, I just run in that corner myself, so... Not
Fire 6 and 4 on mediums.
Hello,
okay.
Since when did you have... Oh, that's a spinning Robbie!
Robbie span, let's have a look. Oh. Yeah, I was on board with a Turbo. On Turbo, I want to see you do some sort of quali magic, get in the top 5 or something, like I'm used to seeing you. Years ago.
Well, to be fair, both Turbo and Tamer are bloody brilliant to qualify, and it just doesn't seem to work in the race too often.
I think it's a bit of a luck of the draw of the competitors around them on whether they choose to have a bad day or not. I'd say out of all the tracks that are on our schedule, though, this was the one I was more looking forward to because, in terms of Nhrl, have we raced around here before? Yes, but not in F1. In the World Endurance Championship last season, it was absolutely amazing. Even sports cars and LMP ones. But with Formula 1, it's completely different. Not really in terms of handling, but I know the different discipline. Because with the sports cars, I know they drive that a little bit slower, they can follow each other a bit better and you can be pushing people around a bit more. It's a bit more of a playground track, whereas in F1 it's one little mistake and then you'll be facing the wrong way.
True, just like you said, this track does punish mistakes.
Yeah, because I know it's the same with any track, but you'll go off, you'll either hit a barrier or you're going to be spun on the grass. But for some reason with this grass, I don't know, it's just so slidey. If you get on it and you spin, you will keep spinning. You might
sharp colour, grass is sliding.
I wouldn't really blame the guys if they do spin. Like, are you allowed to reset to track? The answer is yes. Just make sure there's a bit of a clear track behind, because I don't want people causing collisions by doing so. But will you receive a post-race penalty simply for resetting to track? No, it's only if it affects another driver. Bomber, you good, man? Oh, he's letting Callum David through. Callum David's still pushing. That's Cameron Dow's just started his lap in the main.
If Reese can keep up with this in that time based on it, his set for 2 split, he may be hitting like 6th, maybe top 5 here.
Yeah, if they can get the lap nailed together.
Well, here comes him going across the line. Bam! 4th!
Yeah, good job, Reese. You know, like, the gap between 3rd down to 5th. No, 3rd down to 7th. And Callum I see improving on his time. It's a bit more of a representative P10. Where's
okay.
Go Fred in the box.
The Red Bull Sparks is about to finish a lap.
Half second.
What you got? Keeping to outside the track.
Is that me lagging, or was he just messing about? 16.
Oh, he's got a pole.
I mean,
on the red.
Excellent job on that. I think the Mercedes have now decided, or they might have learnt from Imola last week, that we should probably qualify on the softs if we don't want to get caught out there and go 16-2.
The soft tyres are coming in.
Yeah, many pizzas will be consumed over that pole position. Right, who's that? Who have we got in the 3rd sector? Is that Reese again? Yeah, it's DJ about to start. Who's that? Aston. Obviously it's an old Callum. Get off the grass.
He's literally just taking that. MBJ starts a lap.
Yeah, it's on board with him. Kind of needs to save himself at the minute.
Okay. Well, if we judge by the first split, he's a bit down.
It might with the high-speed corners in the 2nd sector that you'll need to get right. Like corners like this one, almost like traction killer corner, whatever it is. Turn 8. The actual corner name is Portimao as well.
God damn it. Okay, he's slightly up in sector 2. I don't know if that was to his own time or to the best time.
It'll be on his own time, so he'd be setting about a 16.7 again.
Oh, here he comes.
Nope.
No, he's going
into box.
Interesting.
I mean, they've been out for long enough now. I don't even know if he's got that many spare sets of softs left, or even if he'd want to start on the softs in the first place.
So next person on a lap would be the real and that DTM. He's up by 3/10 to his best time in sector 2.
Rather than bother them. I love his helmet, by the way. It's a nice design.
Yeah, and the actual his helmet design actually doesn't match the car he's actually driving a little bit.
Yeah, it's really odd that this Williams, it looks somewhat half decent in the game, but in real life I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
You don't like the Williams?
No, mate, I was in the camp of it's probably up there in the top 3 most ugliest liveries of all time.
Now this is a prime example of when we disagree.
Just saying, the 1997 Williams livery, that red tobacco one, whatever they had, sort of orange, red, brown, whatever tobacco livery they had, I preferred that over this year's bloody livery. The thing is, the front of it's fine, it's the back end of it, it's just blue lines.
Whoa!
Looks like you're on acid looking at it.
Pyro met Span and took out 3 bollards with him.
I hope he gets out and he puts the bollards back. Right, who's that? Leroy. Outlet. Who's that crime final corner? Sparks. Who's going to be next across the line? Robbie?
Maybe Fred?
They're all invalid.
God damn it, guys!
Black stuff equals racetrack, just please keep it there.
Oh, that brings up like a debate I have in my house, and that sometimes. In your opinion, what is the track?
What is the track? For what?
When we talk about track limits.
It depends what discipline of motorsport you're in.
Well, in this F1.
In F1, it's the white line.
Because obviously in real life F1 can also go out, but as long as you're still on the curve, it's absolutely fine. But there's an argument in my house where it's like, no, the white line is track. Stay in the damn white line.
Well, it's the only reason I say that is with F1, well, FIA related events, you can put it's when all 4 wheels are off the white line. But I know there's some categories that we've got in British motorsport. Sparks 16 flat, that's mad.
Wow. No, watch Cameron, this is also going to be a Madden.
A Madden, a 10th and a bit up. Well, he might get pole.
Maybe.
To be fair, he's probably going to need it.
Here we go!
59, that's it, I knew he could do it. Good job, man. Robbie up into P6 as well. And the Aston's coming through. Callum is down in his time.
Anyone else want to try that?
MDJ, oh, he's 3 temps up.
Is that going to be enough to challenge the top though?
16.5 could put him 5th. 4th. Good job, man. Alright, one of the Hasses, which one's that? Tamer. You're only 14 seconds off the pace, so everything to play for, mate. Go on.
Oh, okay. Where's on a lap?
I just realised he's out of fuel. I thought he was messing about. Who's that behind them, though? That blue one. Is that Reese?
Yeah, that's Reese, and he's not really on like an overly good time. He's not improving his time.
No, he's
invalid now.
Turbo's already crossed the line. Gory's smashing the pit wall, Nope. Okay. I would have... What's the word? I think I soiled myself if he sped that quick into the pit lane that the game just gave him a grid penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, just waiting on Sparks to either cross the line or retire the car.
I think it'd be easier for us if he just crossed the damn line.
Yeah, but back on the topic of track limits, I like what they did in the BTCC a few years ago when they got really annoyed of the drivers putting like half a car over the line, so they decided the track limits are the white line. If you put your tyre on the white line, you've exceeded track limits and you'll get a penalty.
Like, on the white line, Jesus.
Yeah, like they said it was the white line where if you touched it, you have exceeded track limits.
Good God.
It was just for like corners at Paddock Hill at Brands Hatch, because you see cars go through there. You can place a healthy amount of car on the left-hand side of the curb, and this, the governing body were like, "No, we're not having that. You all stay within the white lines, otherwise you'll get a track extension penalty." Your top three then for this Portuguese Grand Prix: Cameron Downs on pole position for Mercedes, current championship leader, looking to extend it even further over MDJ. But Sparks on his Nhrl debut, P2 for the Red Bull, and Tamer showing he's still competitive, being P3 for Haas.
I absolutely love it how in that qualifying session Sparks did a 16 flat, and you were just like, yes, that is unbeatable type of situation. Then there's just our normal person who, of course, can give us complete wipe in the field, and just comes along and just, nope, here's a 15.
Yeah, but one thing you got to realise is that at that point he hadn't actually got the 15, so I was surprised he managed to get it together. I thought if Cam had any more pace left in him that he would have done it by that point.
It just made them windows look in the pits look very glittery.
Look very guttery? Is that a word?
Glittery.
Glittery? I don't know.
Well, you can't tell now.
I'm really obsessed with like looking on that top balcony now. I'm expecting some rainbow glittery windows.
Well,
right.
It's sparkling.
Full good run done then. Cameron Downs pole position for Mercedes, Sparks P2 for Red Bull, Tamer P3 for Haas, but I wouldn't be surprised if he can end up finishing even higher. DJ P4, I know he's not going to settle for P4 today, he's really going to want to push further. Has he changed his helmet recently? Yeah, it's a bit of a toothpaste themed helmet. It looks really nice, MDJ. Pyro, nice to see you back after a short absence. P5 for the Ferrari driver. Bomber back as well, been a long time since I've seen you, mate. P6 for McLaren. V Robbie making his debut today. P7 in the Ferrari. Chase Leroy all the way down in 8th, but choosing to start on the medium, so both Mercedes doing an alternate strategy to each other. Reese P9 in the Alpine ahead of Turbo in P10. I think Turbo actually left a lot of time on the table in qualifying and just wasn't able to get the lap together. Fred the Red P11 for AlphaTauri has come together with Nhrl DTM on his debut, also replacing Ninja, who departed the other week, P12 for the Williams driver. And Callum David ran out the grid today in P13. Nice to see the Div 2 drivers actually thinking of Division 1 at the minute, and until we can do something to get more people on the grid, this is going to be a bit more of a thing.
Yeah,
but I know there's I'm trying my best. There's always seats available for the Div 2 lot, but I beg we can get back over at least like what 15, 16 cars would we call the sweet spot. But at the minute, I'll take 13. Because I don't really know at the minute whether the races are actually going ahead. We do need a lot more people in. And it's not really because of anything that's happened. They've all just got things going on with their lives, where one person leaves because of uni, then another one leaves because of family commitments. So we started the season with people who couldn't commit to the whole thing.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's a problem we can talk about another time because they're lined up. Eventually, we will get lights. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4,
might
5
be a bit
headlights.
Quick for lights out. Oh yeah.
And lights out, away we go.
Not wait long anymore. I had a shock of my life when I was doing it in Div 2 yesterday. Look at the Red Bull shooting off the line already.
Here we go. This is good. Sandwich. This is a lot of sandwiching. Sandwiching? What the hell?
Some people like being forced wide, but I think that is acceptable for the time being. As they all snake out. Oh, Ferrari.
Ferrari making a move.
Wheel to wheel.
Oh, keep an eye. This might get interesting.
Tim
He has to give it the
just
place.
gives him enough space.
Oh, boy, great. I'll tell you what, MDJ did a pretty good job to get over before that start.
And now the dirty air sets in for everybody. It's just a game
yeah.
of now, hold on to your tyres.
Hold on, B-bots.
Oh, Turbo, diving past Reese.
That's an interesting move.
Reese fighting him back.
Oh, he's proper fighting back. They're both on the same tyre, so no one has an advantage at the moment in terms of speed.
Oh, give each other space, guys, for God's sake!
Contact!
But Turbo, I've not seen anyone that far from the gravel for a very long time.
And I will say though, that Reese got very lucky there. He got very...
Pyro span!
Oh no!
Anyway, he's down in P11.
Well, he's at 12.
12 now. Who else? Let's run board with Bomber. Trying to give Robbie a bit of... Who's that fighting ahead? Tim and Leroy. I think Leroy's managed to find a way to switch his mediums on.
Surely the Reds wouldn't be in that badly affected already.
No, it'll be about lap 8 to lap 10 before they should start falling away.
I just noticed that Real Net DTM has got a penalty.
Already?
Yeah. Oh, Bomber on the inside of Robbie! That won't work! Yes, it will because he's gone wide! Wait, no, it won't, he's still ahead.
I was going to say maybe the door opened for a switchback, but the opportunity never aroused itself.
Is Cameron close enough to do a charge through the next slipstream? I think he might be.
Yeah,
the weaving!
He's close enough for ERS to come into play.
He's overtaken him.
He's got the move done. Like, I don't know if that's the internet on my end, but Sparks is all over the place. I don't know how he is for you, Gaming.
Yeah, he is a bit jumpy now.
I've seen the back end step out from Mercedes as well, going through turn 4.
Speaking of Mercedes, another one try to overtake a Haas. I think he's got the move done. Oh, yes, he has. Leroy with the mediums. Up to people.
The thing is, Tim is staying close to him.
I will admit this though, Connor. Yeah, with the gaps we've got right now, this might be a bit of a sitting duck situation for Cameron with two cars behind him.
Cameron, I'm not too worried about it at the minute. I'm more worried about Tamer because for some reason he is running wide quite a bit into every heavy braking zone. Right, he's got Robbie and Bomber for company, and I know they're not really gonna give him too much sympathy if he makes a mistake.
Any action with the front?
Not yet. I think Sparks has given it a go, but he's going to run out of road before he can make a move.
I will confess, I expected like more power of a slipstream and DRS.
Yeah, you forget how draggy they are, and it's honestly the dirty air coming around the final corner. It's unbelievable.
It also probably doesn't help.
Fred has gone on the grass.
It also probably doesn't help with forgetting how quick Brian Cameron is.
Well, you say he's quick, but he's actually got some competition today, and MDJ's not exactly doing a bad job. Just a bit shocking on the ERS usage.
Tamer's round.
I knew something was going wrong.
He's doing pirouettes.
Way back down in P11, horrible day for Haas.
Don't worry, there's still plenty of the race.
I still want to run bottom with the top 3. Because DRS should be in play now. I'm going to run on board with Spark, see if the rear wing opens. Indeed it does. I think he's close enough for an overtake.
Hey, Connor.
No. I think you have to be about 4.5 tenths away to
Pyro!
get an EOS overtake. Oh, Pyro.
Overtaking the LP.
No, what I just love about that from Pyro was the positioning, just before we made the corner. Made sure that Reese couldn't fight it back. Anyway, moving on. I was going to say Bomber's challenging Dan Robbie, but he made a mistake himself coming out of the hairpin.
Do you know a thing I should point out, Colin? In that three-way fight at the top,
Yeah.
I think it is about to, or if not has, become a four-way.
Is it? Oh yeah, Lee was caught.
Yeah, and let's not forget, he's on medium, so...
If he's got this much pace in the mediums, I think Mercedes might have it in the bag.
A 1-2, you say?
Too soon to tell for a 1-2. Maybe a double podium, but 1-2, I don't know. Because either way, Leroy is still going to have to race with Sparks at some point.
Speaking of Leroy, that's that.
And it doesn't help as well that MDG's ERS light is flashing. Pyroclass as well.
Why was that?
Maybe everyone just needs to spin once and then they'll all drive faster.
Pyro actually overtaking the Metcalm, yeah?
If you see any moves being made in the midfield toward the back, then let me know, because I'm just following this back at the front. Leroy's having a look at MDJ. No room through turn 7.
Yeah, so that does look close though. I think that might be on the next straight situation. This track doesn't allow you to be properly spread out, does it?
What do you mean? Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Turbo's out.
It shouldn't be a safety car. There's enough runoff there. I don't think it will be. Because that part of the track, it's the grass, it hooks you next to the barrier. So it's not as much as a racing risk as you think it might be.
Oh, hello, Bomber's got past Robbie.
Yeah, I can see there's still fight. Oh my god,
Whoa!
Robbie!
What happened there?
That's called the back end snapping on you.
Oh, hell, see the back end, I'm at MDJ lost position.
I think Leroy might as well just let him. Is there another yellow flag down at turn 3?
I don't think... Oh, hey.
Who is that? Is that Taylor?
I think I should point out is Fred is not having a good time. Oh, speaking of Taylor, he's fighting with Reese.
Yeah, I'm bored with it. So you can get the drive out of the corner. See if Reese has learnt anything from last week off the track.
He goes off the track. I
don't understand. Reese, how are you coming together with every other driver?
Taylor's letting past.
It's like every single corner. Not every corner is an overtaking chance.
Hey, as a racer, if there is a gap, you take the damn gap.
Yes. And in Reese's case, you make the gap.
I'm noticing, why is, oh, Taylor is anchored. Yeah. Have you noticed how the Red Bull of Sparks doesn't take the same line down the straight as everyone else?
I think it's more defensive than offensive.
It's like one car in front of him, go offensive.
Yeah, no, but if he tucks in, then what you're doing is giving Leroy the double slipstream, and then he could have both of them down the inside if he really wanted to.
Good, we would love to see that.
I also like to see tactics being played as well. Break the toe, try and defend your position, so I'd rather maintain P2 than lose it.
Good point. But if the one does present itself. Anyway, here's the straight again.
the final corner. He gains a bit as well, probably because he's got the clean air. That's Sparks. Is he gaining it, or is he going to run out of track? He's run out of track. But he's got plenty of battery, so he's actually playing it pretty smart. Cameron's used quite a bit of battery, trying to stay ahead of him.
Tamer's in.
You say Tamer? Is that a legitimate pit stop?
Yeah, well, it's lap 9
lap
and he's
9.
on reds.
Yeah, I think the softs will start giving away around about now. I think they've got a maximum life of about 14 laps, but you really don't want to be on them for 14 laps. And I think that's a fresh set, not even quali set.
Okay then, pay attention.
One of the pros gone. That's Robbie. He's got dirt on his tyres. He's going to start holding up his teammate.
Okay then, pay attention to the medium run that people right now compared to the soft then.
Honestly, the mediums on this game for most of the tracks, they're a very, very good race tyre.
Don't underestimate the power of the mediums.
They're all on 8 lap old tyres, apart from Tamer. I think definitely in the next couple of laps we'll start seeing more pit stops be made.
That's like all breaking the tyre.
See, I'm 6-second penalty.
I just realised
They can't chase.
I just realised it's only the top 4 slash in that pyro doesn't want penalty.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I think at the timing of when the top 4 pit will make a really big impact with who finishes where.
I'm not so sure. Is that Fred again at the back having problems?
Yep.
I don't get it sometimes. He's losing it in corners that aren't particularly difficult. I've just put it down to a bad setup.
I'll be honest, I'm not overly good at this track, but that's a combination of me and setup probably.
Yeah, it's not easy to try and get like the best setup around here, but I remember finding something out I found it out the hard way of running too much rear ride height, because at the elevation when you go up through a corner like this through turn 4, the front end's fine if it's really low, but if your back end's that high it literally floats and you just spin. And also the ride height being able to attack the curbs, so you can gain a lot of time if you get it right.
I just realised the top 4, well, 3 of them who are on the red tyres, I think they may be starting to struggle at this point. Oh! Damn it! That's what Ultimate Live will do to you. It makes you see things that ain't happening.
Yeah, I just can't imagine how much of a headache it is for Sparks. I mean, Leroy's seen Sparks just, like jump all over the track. No, yeah, I'm assuming it'll be the same for the rest of them. Like if we're seeing it, it'll be what the drivers see.
Hey, the drivers are probably in that see worse, I think.
I think the only problem is like you'll get close to it to overtake it, and then it'll move out of the way. Then you think, oh yeah, I'll just keep my foot and go straight. You know, the car's out of the way, and then a split second later, it's just straight up in front of you. What the hell's happened down here?
Reese is round.
Not only was he round, he was off in that runoff. The front one's fine. It's not a corner you should be losing it through. That little section's flat up until that little hairpin again.
That being said, he is on like old tyres, which is now picket for him.
I remember I took with this top 4 because it's we've got 3 out of the 4 here, all on the same tyre.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one thing I learnt around here as well is the undercut is so powerful. So if you want to force your rivals to react, then maybe pit a lap earlier than them.
So this is a case of who blinks first, but in that case, the other thing to point out is you also said don't take these tyres to lap 14.
VSC? No, they'll be in surely now. I was going to say, yeah, put them out in this game for us. It's exactly like France was in the real life F1 this year.
What?
Where I think they could all go for a one stop, but they chose to. Who was it? Red Bull 2-stop Max, and then he just outgunned both Mercedes. Because you'll get hung out to dry on your tyres around here. But Leroy has inherited the lead for this VSC, and it's enough of a gap now that if he wanted to, I know his mediums can probably go a little bit further, but it's now got the healthy gap where Mercedes have kind of secured themselves the 1-2, on track at least. Green flag again. Don't know anyone who's actually going to gain. Maybe Callum, is he going to get Pyro? Yes. Is he going to lose out to Bomber?
It
was close. Who's gone to the hearts?
It's an interesting situation though, in that corner. Yeah.
Bomber's gone wide for turn 4, sorry.
That technically free pit stop bonus to help VSC for the other three in that fight. As for the other person, Lee, it's kind of screwing up because obviously when you're pitting, you're forced to stay under a certain delta in the VSC, so he wouldn't have been able to create as big as a gap as he would have normally.
Yeah, I think if it was even if it was a full safety car, actually, no, because a full safety car he would have had to pit as well. Because by the time they would have gone green flag and racing again, his tyres would have been so much more dead, to the point it would be basically when that safety car would have came in, he would have been in the pits to be ready for his own pit strategy. But I know what you mean, he couldn't have pulled the gap as much as he wanted to, but I don't think it's going to matter too much, because if he can drive like this on these mediums, you can imagine not on a set of softs.
This might get not fun.
Ooh.
Because this battle right now we have on track.
Bomber. Hang on. Sorry about the stream, guys, but I need to make sure he's got a spare invite. Oh, what's this game tag start with? Thought so. 3, 2, 1. Invite has been sent. Come on.
Yeah.
Back to stream. There we go. Fingers crossed he can get back in as he slowly drift back, but not as much. And there we go.
He's back in.
Sparks fast slap 18.7.
Yeah, if you notice, and there was a flash of it being coming in the originally.
Yeah, what I've liked about Sparks for the last couple of corners is his internet seems to have stabilised. He's not as jumpy anymore, so we can ride on board with him.
Do you think he could ever take the camera?
Yes, in a DRS zone. On track in terms of going wheel to wheel, if he was going to do that, he would have done it by now.
Here's the issue though. We have enough.
No, I think he did say before that he might not be able to complete the whole race. Something about a family commitment, but thanks for turning up anyway, Reese.
It would have been a bit of annoying for him if he couldn't do the entire race and it was like leading at this point.
Oh, it's happened. I've actually seen it happen in a few of my other races, like in the last week. I've seen people that are in comfortable podium positions. I'm like, mate, why did you leave? And it's like, I've had to pick my mum up. But I don't really know what more Sparks can do.
But it is nice to see what Cameron can do actually under pressure.
I want to see what this lad can do. I don't know if Callum had just been overtaken by a Pyro, but he was giving it a good go down the DRS straight. There's Bomber now back in control of the car. He's fighting with real DTM. That Williams is dead on battery. Oh no, what's happened with Callum? He went really slow for some reason. I don't know if he just went on the grass. There's Bomber around the outside of DTM. Really good move.
Yes.
On the medium tyres as well, trying to race against the soft runner. How old are their tyres?
They're both the same age, being 4.
Yeah, those soft should have put up a bit more of a fight. Callum getting it all wrong in the third sector. Double check Callum's tyres. Oh yeah, he's not actually pitted yet. Those mediums are ready for the graveyard.
Oh, so is Lee.
Yeah, I expect Lee to be in this lap. Otherwise, two-stop strategy for him won't work. And if he goes in the hards, he will probably find himself off the podium. There's no battery left on either car down the main straight. But DTM's going to have a look around the outside of the first corner. Outside of turn 2 as well. No, doesn't have the road. He's still there. The move hasn't been made just yet. Go all to it for turn 4. Only just enough room left.
Look at that Haas!
Tamer's just snuck through the both of them. Being completely anonymous by the 4th corner and going into the airpin. He's ahead of both of them.
Maybe. Yes, he is. Fortune.
Oh dear. DTM too busy trying to catch the back end. Really pushing it to the limit with Bomber to the track limits. Fred has retired. He's called it a day in the pit lane.
That's good.
I was enjoying that fight until the cars went beyond the trees.
Oh, when... This is a fight and a half, isn't it?
Yep. And it's that good we get to see it again for the next lap. On board with DTM.
It seems to be the best in the best in terms of the racing. Oh, hey up!
What's up?
Callum's fan.
No, his car's pulled over. Oh no, he's actually spun. I was looking at Fred. Oh my god, Fred. I know you've retired in the pit lane, but your car still needs to like pull itself over.
There's so much track.
Yeah, it's a bit weird because like they're retiring when the cars enter the pit lane, and Portimao's pit lane actually isn't that long, so they're retiring, and then the cars are driving themselves back out the pit onto the track.
The leader's in.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the mini-map. I was going to allow Callum to unlap himself at least. His teammate's going to get him. But the fight you need to watch with him is where MDJ is going to come out. And I'm going to head on board with MDJ now. Is he going to get him? Did Lease out too long? Yes, he did. What tyres is on the Mercedes?
He's on reds.
10, 12. I think they'll do it.
You think?
They're going to feel absolutely horrible, but I think he can do it.
I just realised how much the top 2 broke away from MDJ.
I just want to see him catch back up again. I'm going to head back down with Bomber. See how much you can actually gain in the DRS in this short little DRS zone. It's about a 10th. really say we've had a calm period in the race, but I'd like to see more people going for more moves.
Problem is though, this track isn't really good.
Down to 9.
Isn't really good in terms of like, obviously because you're stuck in a train at this track. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm
busy now thinking about the 90% rule. 30, 10%, 3. Lap 30?
30, 31.
Yeah, so as long as they start lap 31, then they'll be getting points.
Oh, Lee overtaken.
Kind of inevitable, really. It's all down to how quickly you can pull that just shy of a 6-second gap.
Now, let's see how quickly that Mercedes on red tires was.
Probably like to know as well how much of I don't think Sparks is hindering any pace due to his internet connection, but surely having cars jumping around on your end of the screen is distracting enough for anyone.
Here's the thing though, obviously to everyone else, including us, obviously Sparks is a bit of a jumpy one, but obviously when you're actually the laggy person, and that everyone, and that it'll be everyone else who's jumpy.
Yeah, I know, and I think that's when you know that you do have an internet issue, but I'm surprised it's not actually lagged out. I don't know what it is that's wrong, because it keeps stabilising itself. Maybe put your router next to a window or something, Sparks.
Yeah, I've had done that there, I should pause there.
I'm going to head back down with Bomber for a bit, because he's starting to give Tamer a hard time. He's caught up a little bit in the last couple of laps.
Alright, it's a good thing to point out, in just a space of a lap, and that Lee closed in by a second.
Second a lap? I think he's got to look after them.
Yeah, but also another thing is that it's one thing to catch, another thing to overtake.
I don't think his overtaking is going to be a problem. I'm just really worried about his tyres making it to the end. I'm pretty sure MDJ won't mind if he sees him upside down in the catch fence, but I think Cameron might.
I think he will though, it's yeah, so far the championship anyway.
I should want to ride on board with Leroy for a bit, see him try and catch the Red Bull.
We're trying to have the closest fight on track, that's for 7th between Tamer and Bomber.
Yeah, I've just been on board with him for another lap. Tamer's back end just stepped out. He's going to be vulnerable now going into this hairpin. But both cars are just dead on battery. That's a hell of a send from Bomber.
That's a dive.
I'm more than happy to give him £5 to change his gamer tag to the Dive Bomber.
Well, the name fitted.
Definitely. I'm going to head back up the leaders. Double check the tyre graphic as well. I mean, even 8-lap old mediums, they're not going to feel great. They shouldn't be like diabolical. Yeah, they'll be about 35 to 40% warm.
Alright, do you want me to do your biggest winners and losers thing?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Let's get the graphic up. I'll let you go through it if you want. Everyone can see it now.
Well, everyone can see it, and obviously the biggest loser is technically Tamer. He's gone down 5 places, but it was 4 that he pitted again. But the biggest gainer in this race, and with also doing positive 5, and it is William third.
I mean, Leroy's done amazing anyway, but Tamer falling down wasn't really his fault. Unfortunately, the person who bloody sent him down has quitted the Grand Prix. So, since it's a Div 2 reserve as well, we can't really penalise him. Right, Sparks is actually... Oh my god, Sparks is gaining on Lee. I mean, Cameron, sorry.
Right, can I ask something though?
Go for it.
Just bringing back to that last week's race, what actually happened in terms of the guy who punted me off the track?
What do you mean last week? Were you at Imola?
I don't remember.
Mate, last week's a blur. I've had a very busy week.
All
I know is that the race happened.
We know the race happened.
Yeah, it happened, someone won, we all went to bed that night. Sorry man, I've got a working life. I can't remember every little detail. But one thing I will say is that it was a better race than Zandvoort, if I dare say that. Cameron started to weave to go defensive, and I don't have any popcorn. I said this at the start, I knew what Sparks were doing. He's got all that battery. Look at Cameron's battery.
And look.
Big yellow bar on the steering wheel.
Dear God.
Yeah.
That's looking around like the 20%, whereas Sparks is currently like over 50.
I mean, he's starting to use it now. This is how I drive my races as well.
The other Mercedes is currently less than 10% of those.
Same DJ is about 20%-ish.
Pyro's got literally nothing. So isn't it? Robbie.
Oh yeah, I forgot you used to do your ERS checks, didn't you?
Yeah.
We've not done that in like a season, man. Bring it back.
No. Well, I'm doing it now.
No, we need like an announcement and a jingle for it, like mid-race.
Bono, I believe, is like worth like 10%, and in the DTM, I would say that's in like the 20s, maybe 30. Wait, what jingle would you do? Jesus.
Oh, sorry. So I think Cameron's responded a bit because his ERS management has gotten even worse. They're trying to stay ahead of the Red Bull. But also, I'm noticing a bit of a pace drop in the medium runners. 12 laps. It should be good for at least 5 more. Probably just shy of 20 laps.
Just to give a update, by the way, Leroy 2 seconds behind.
Yeah, those softs are going to fall away very quickly to the point I wouldn't actually put it past MDJ if he could re-overtake Lee for the podium.
7.4.
I said, yeah, I knew, like mathematically, Leroy can make it to the end on those tyres. Whether he does or not, I don't know.
If there's a safety car now, you might as well put it everyone.
I'd love an actual safety car now, because it will give the guys at the back a chance to catch up.
Oh, there's the weaving jumpiness of that and the ultimate of Stark. I will say though, Cameron's managed to handle pressure quite well.
Yeah, he's put himself in other leagues where he kind of has to deal with the pressure. I think he just looks forward to Nhrl every week because he knows he can actually win. But no, it's good though. Like, you need to know how it feels to lose, and I think it's something that we all needed to realise when we were 13 at the time. We first picked up F1 after watching the Senna movie.
It doesn't personal experience there or him.
I don't think Cameron did that, but I know that's what a lot of people similar to our age that are probably like early to mid 20s by now. Like we all did the same thing. We watched, we were still into F1 when we were teenagers. We watched that movie, like, oh, there's league racing, and you'll think like you're godly entitled to win everything. We just annoy the crap out of everyone who we're going against.
We should probably in that final league, and we can both drive together in.
Right, it's called Div 2.
Listen, to be honest, I'll say me and you are very similar in terms of how quick we are.
Yeah, I can't remember what. When was the last time we actually did the season together? It was either 2017 or 2018. And some tracks I was quicker than you. Yeah, like actually in the same league. It's not happened that often.
No, I think that where it was, and that I actually reason why it points out and that more is because after a Mexico race you were black flagged from it.
I wasn't black flagged from that Mexico race.
No, you're black flagged from the entire damn league because of the Mexico.
Oh, I've just realised what you're on about. I completely forgot about that. I've got that clip saved somewhere. I bloody moved sideways down the straight and I didn't take out like the race leader or something.
Yeah, you took out someone and I was actually right behind you.
Yeah, I can't believe that. That was so long ago.
That is the last time me and you have raced in the league together.
Well, I think Div 2 Spa you were there, weren't you?
Well, yeah, me and you raced in Div 2 Star, but
yeah, then you got taken out. I love the Div 2 lot. I don't think Sparks is messing about anymore. It's the closest has been to Cam in this part of the track all race. Just so he needs to be like under half a second coming on the main straight.
Well, it is, but
just a bit of overtake. But even now, I'd be sending it. It's at bloody 30. No harm in like trying to defend as well. But you don't want it, because there's chances here. You don't want to leave it until the last lap. Because if you get it wrong, you've missed your chance.
Well, I think if when we get to the straight and he's like bubbling around 4/10, that's maybe close enough to send it. Anyway, I will point out Leroy has dropped off spectacularly, so those soft tyres done.
Yeah, soft tyres done. I know that MDJ's tyres probably aren't the best either. Oh no, Cameron, he's ran wide.
Oh, he's ran wide. I was about to take my drink and then that happened.
Yeah, wake up everyone, and Cameron Dowse has just lost the lead in Portugal.
Dear God.
Sparks has got all of that battery. He's got like 100% battery. That's what we call bottling it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, Derek's open. He's going to use what's left of his overtake.
Wait, hang on a minute. Rewind to what I said a few laps ago about Cameron.
Well, I know that he's had to feel pressure, but I've never really seen him crack under it. Not since like when he first picked up the game and I was beating him for a very, very short amount of time before he started drinking Red Bull before every race. Oh, it's lucky it's not in the league where the esports team gets represented if he does that there. His pay would definitely be docked. Oh, hang on. Leroy is... No, it was, I thought that was Leroy somehow magically caught up to Cameron. It was just... it was lapping DTM. Anyway, need to head back up to the front. I've just got this gut feeling that Cam knows that the win is almost gone. He can still make something happen, but can't leave it on the last lap. Best thing for him to do now is stay behind, let the DRS do its work where it can, and just save as much battery as you can.
However, even that, you're going to have to do a Danny Rick move.
If it's a Danny Rick move, then so be it. Better than a Mazepin defensive move, I'll give you that. It'd be nice for Sparks to get it though, because in true Nhrl fashion, I love seeing people absolutely smash it on the debut. DJ has just overtaken Leroy.
That's the tyres just being completely dead, that is.
Yeah, they're actually gone. Let's have a look. 12 laps. That Mercedes sounds like it's misfiring. He's got to be so careful. Like, if you're on board with him, you can see the back end is just, it's a completely different car.
Yeah, he's literally got like no grip. He's like fumbling around corners. Yeah,
I could see on the minimap as well, Cameron was gaining. I could tell that the overtake was activated, but not enough. I think Pyro is going to do the same on Leroy. He's got the DRS open from MDJ, but not really close enough for a slipstream. Pyro's hards might actually be a bit better. Just a little love tap from bad. Just dive bomb it, Pyro. No. How did...
Don't get damage.
I don't think he's going to get damage.
Here comes the next DRS though.
See if he can go for a late move.
It!
Oh, it's a dummy. Oh, the mother of all dummies, first to the right, then to the left. Is he going to pull away to defend it? Yes, he will. But Leroy's still there. Pyro knows that.
Oh, he's got it.
I know we're going to have to head up to the top two now. If you want to keep an eye on that Ferrari-Mercedes fight. Was this man? I don't know whether it's fluky, luck, but whatever. He's drove his heart out in his debut and he's going to come across the line to win the Portuguese Grand Prix. Excellent job there from Sparks. Cameron Dowd's P2, 8 tenths at the line. He's going to be kicking himself over that.
Hey, up, they're probably about to do it.
Hang on.
Oh, that's a big crash!
Ooh!
Oh, Pyro got it!
You got it?
Yeah, look at him, look at it!
17,000s? How?
He got it!
Yeah, but I don't get how. Did MDJ run out of fuel on the line or something? The tow wouldn't have been that powerful.
Oh my god! Welcome to the podium, Pyro.
Oh my god, Tame!
Oh! Right, we say about some photo finishes. That is a photo finish.
Just gonna let this man do what he wants. I was going to say, is it cold and flu season? Then I remembered we're at the end of November. I'm starting to get all snotty for some reason. Ah, I'm actually a bit gutted for MDJ there. Right, full race result then. Sparks on his debut getting the win for Red Bull. He's beaten the championship leader Cameron Dowd's P2 for Mercedes today. And Pyro on the line getting MDJ for P3 for Ferrari. MDJ, valiant drive though. Started 4th, finished 4th, but I think he might have to take that one, as he's drove a really good race. Leroy, I don't know whether the strategy gamble was worth it. I would say it wasn't, even though he's gained positions, but he could have been a hell of a lot better than 5th, but he still takes fastest lap. Robbie on his debut, P6 for Ferrari, good points for both, the Ferrari squad today. Tamer, P7 for Haas, nice little bin in it across the line as well. Barmanos seen back as well, P8 for McLaren. DTM on his debut, P9 for Williams, and then the non-point scorers, Callum Davey DNFing in the pit lane for Aston Martin. Fred doing the same, P11, Reese P12, and Turbo. I think Turbo was the only crash on track, been it at the infamous turn 8, and then his car drifting into the quagmire of the runoff area that led downhill to the barrier. Right, I'm going to get them in. Mate, I might put it in the top 5 easily. I just want to make sure I'm going to get Sparks' gamer tag right here. Could you spell his gamer tag out for me, please? Sparks Z. I found him. Thank you.
But you know when you go looking around and checking, you make sure that the passageway light is out. So that costs the most more than that one. Really old-fashioned.
Guys who have not been here before, just double check that your voice settings are set to share.
Yes.
Good lads. But I've really been put on the spot here because the person in P3 wasn't really expecting to interview until about half a car length before the race finished.
Yeah, 17,000 just got him. We ran out of fuel at the end.
If you want, I'm going to start off with you then, Pyro. Completely underestimated pace throughout the whole race. Not the smoothest of races, I think, from especially the midpoint. But how was it out there? What was the most difficult thing you had to contend with around Portugal?
The ERS.
Was it too difficult to defend on?
No, I just wasn't using it at all. I was going from 40% to 20% in 3 laps. After I boxed. It was very, very annoying.
Yeah, if anything, if it were that bad, I don't blame people for not using as much ERS on the main straight.
Yeah.
But in terms of race, I don't want to say you're anonymous because you got a fair bit of airtime, but what were some highlights of the race for you?
Just going back through the field from being spun out on lap 2. That's really it.
Care to comment on the spin? I don't know if anyone made contact with you. I just saw you that you'd span
yeah,
off.
it was Leroy.
Oh,
who was
dear.
2 wide, about to go 3 wide of Tamer. Tamer was in front, I know where to go, so I turned in, but Leroy just turned in a bit too much on me.
No, that's disappointing. You think if that hadn't happened, you would have finished higher up today?
Yeah, I reckon I maybe could have won, because I was on the alternate strategy.
I'm liking the confidence. And your thoughts on if you're gonna be turning up for next week, Singapore?
Yeah, should be.
Weather looking dry. Thoughts on Marina Bay?
I like the track. It's quite a good. It's a nice track to drive on.
It's a lot. I think it's.
So bad.
Oh yeah, the softs. Please don't touch them. I
Yes.
think like post patch, it's actually a lot more bearable to drive as well.
Yeah.
I think
And they
overtaking's still going to be.
the curbs a bit more.
Yeah. Anyway, P3, congratulations, and fingers crossed to see you next week, Singapore.
Yep.
P2, I didn't think I'd be saying this. You're not getting your pizza this week. What was that? What happened?
Yeah, it was
Did
just
your sister walk in your room or something, man? What happened?
that, I knew I did not have the pace over Sparks. I knew it all race long. It was like, I was stuck on like such low ERS, and I just knew like, he was able to stick so close, and I just knew that, you know, if he was that consistent over a whole race distance, and in the last 4 laps, and to my conspiracy, I was right, he had a mad amount of ERS by the last lap. So I tried something, just tried to let him pass and stick with him, but I just didn't have the ERS. I think either way he would have got me, and I'm quite sure that if I'd have stayed in front of him, he would have got me. He was rapid. He was so hard to just try to stay in front of. But well, he was letting me stay in front of him, but just trying to keep up the pace was difficult. But he did a brilliant job.
In terms of you and your teammate, after quali, it ended up being the alternate strategy for the pair of you. Was there any logic behind that? Did any of you think that something might happen that would benefit the other? I mean, I don't know if it backfired on Leroy because there wasn't a safety car. He had like a VSC, but that was about it.
Not really. It was just I think he messed up his lap. So, from what I heard anyway, I think he messed up his lap. So that caused him to start on the mediums. I don't think it was intentional. I think he wanted to start on the softs, but yeah, he just messed up his lap, I think.
Apart from that, your thoughts on next week for Singapore? I'd say the whole of the Singapore weather for next week is thunderstorms, but from what I've looked from our hourly window, we're going to be in that dry period, so should be alright. Should be dry for us next week.
Yeah, I quite like Singapore, especially on a wheel. It's quite a flowing track, so that should be good fun. And if Sparks and Paro are racing next week, that should be fun. And by the way, Paro was absolutely rapid. It didn't really show him doing much, but the gap, he was gaining on Mikey on them boring hards. So yeah, he was rapid, but it didn't really get shown.
And hard just went to that period where they did the degradation, whatever the word is, just was in that period for the whole rest of the race.
I do feel sorry for MDJ though. I think he just ran out of fuel on the line.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Lee and Mikey put in like 1.2 laps of fuel. That's the same with Lee. I put in 1.7. But
Yeah, that's another thing. I swear
in.
Portimao is quite a thirsty track, isn't it?
Yeah, I usually put in 1.5, but for Portimao I put in 1.7 because I knew it's quite thirsty for fuel, and especially the way I drive.
Yeah.
It runs out very quick.
Just rounding it off with you. Do you hear this?
What's that?
That's a bottle! Moving on. Sparks, are you here, buddy?
Yeah.
Debut and wins. Kind of what we're known for, to be honest, but do you really expect to have the pace over Cameron today? Well, you seem to be hiding it quite well.
Not really, since I'd done no practice from it. I joined straight from Pyro a few minutes before.
So have you literally, a very last minute call up with no practice and you've got that amount of pace? Oh my god, that's deadly consistent. That's dangerous.
I was practicing no ABS with Robbie.
Anyway, tell us how your race went. I think qualifying was decent, but did you enjoy trying to scrap with Cameron for the whole race?
Just stay behind him and save tyres.
Was it in the game plan then? Because your ERS management was phenomenal. Were you just counting down the laps and then going to make a ERS overtake down the main straight?
I wasn't really expecting it since at some of the corners you got to 8/10.
It's still, I mean it, that's an absolutely fantastic drive, and I'd be more than happy to let you come back for Singapore next week. If you do, what are your thoughts on Singapore?
Bad track,
Bad track?
in my opinion.
Just because it's shit out.
Pretty sure,
I think, I'll be very happy if it is driver next week, because every season we've gone there for like, what, Gamia, the last 3 Singapore Grand Prix we've done, they've all been chucking it down.
Oh, God, yeah.
Me and Robbie had a wet race in Singapore and race.
I still remember.
It's stupid.
I've still got flashbacks from season 3, just seeing the end race timer, and it was over an hour. But I think we'll deal with that one when we get to it. I mean, guys, really well done. This was a hell of a lot better than I was expecting today. I mean, be proud of your racecraft, if anything, with your pace as well. Gamey, any final thoughts?
It's been obviously a good race through my Porsche and standards, and because some good, like, consistent, if Colin off and free, good racing when they were, will to will, and obviously, like you said, Singapore, that may go on a bit if you consider our past records, but hey, it's a street circuit. It could throw up something very interesting. I'll just have to wait and see.
I know Singapore. It's not been a bad track. I think I'm expecting us to have a decent race around there. Either way, Nhrl activity for next week. Like we said, all day now. Singapore for Division 1 next Friday. Division 2, if you enjoyed what you've seen here today, Div 2 lot will be taking on Portimao next week. Hopefully will be similar weather conditions. Tuesday, guys, in the British GTP Championship, your penultimate round of the season will be at Brands Hatch. And passing again, congratulations to H. Collins for getting the win in that one at Silverstone. Right, finally, congratulations again to the top 3. We'll see you next week in Singapore. Take care.